Hey Ewans, welcome back to my channel. It's WinnieBeeLV, Mouth of the South. We got an intro, we got a little bit of an outro and a lean in, and we got this hoe. Okay guys, I want to first, before I get into this video, thank the good folks. Let me show you. Right there from Rose Forever, New York. Oh my gosh, check it out. So we got through Easter and Valentine's okay, but the next thing we're going to think about is what? Mother's Day, of course, and always they have a great sale going on. But check out this blush pink hat box that I got my roses in today for the reveal. Oh, now don't forget, let me put these in the hat box thing. These are totally white. Now, my mother has passed, and it's always been a tradition I've seen since my grandmother, if your mother had passed, you know, to sport the white roses or white corsages. You guys remember that tradition? So I thought I would try these out. This is the one color that I haven't tried, that and I think black, but I might do that for Halloween coming up. But guys, they're having such a great sale. Now, you don't have to go with white. You can go with all kinds of great vibrant colors, purples, oranges, pinks, blues, lavender, all kinds of stuff, yellow, everything that you can think of, any color, any way. They have them in the hat box. They have them in the lucite boxes. They also have some ceramics right now that I have downstairs that I absolutely love as well. I believe those are peonies, but the roses are such a great deal and such a flex and such a great gift. So if you're thinking about giving somebody you love, I don't care who it is, anybody would appreciate this bouquet of roses from Rose Forever, New York. Now don't go searching it out, girl, because you might not find the one you want. So I'm going to link them for you. I'm also going to give you a $25 off code, which on anything, whether it's on sale, whether it's a special, you still can use that code at the end. Also, I'm going to give you a free shipping code. So 2 codes today. 2, girl, 2. So what I like to tell people about these roses, if you don't touch them, mess with them, put them in direct sunlight. Of course, we don't need to water them. These will last up to a year, and I have some that have lasted above and beyond 2 years at this point. Still going strong. And remember, whatever you get them shipped in, you can use the lovely box after your roses are gone and you've ordered some more. I have these roses in every room of my house. I have gifted these to so many people. They're just such a great gift. Every single time I watch somebody open these as a gift, they are so happy, so excited. And my own mother, I got her a smaller bouquet like this with blush pink before she passed. And girl, every single person that came over, she showed those roses. She could not believe it. It just blew her mind. She was like, you know, these roses, you don't got to do nothing to them. They last forever. So what breaks your heart the worst, when you have roses or somebody gifts you real roses and you got to put them in a vase and remember to cut the stems, and in 2 weeks or less, they are gone. Not these. Not these beautiful puppies. You're gonna have these for, like I said, up to a year, maybe even 2. For me, in my case, I have a set that I literally have had over 2 years and they're still going strong. So anyway, don't forget my code. Don't forget to follow my link. Check out the Rose Forever. The savings today are gonna blow your mind. Definitely think about it though for Mother's Day. It's a great gift. Thank you, Rose Forever, New York. Okay. Mercari, what the are you doing? All right, I'm going to attempt to tell you everything that I've learned, why, about how, and why. Okay, I really don't know why, but the selling fees for Mercari, gone. 0. And when you first think of that, you're like, oh, okay, that's great. But if you're like me, you got to wondering really quick, like, oh, wait, well, how is a selling site, third party like that, you know, you and I can buy and sell on it, right? Like eBay or Poshmark or whatever. How are they going to make money if they're not charging me anything to list my items or sell them? Makes total sense to be nosy about that. So here's the changes as we know it. So now that you can list, you've always been able to list for free. It's when the item sells that they would charge a 10% fee to you. Also, the seller does pay, used to pay like and they still do, by the way, a little fee of something to cover where they use their credit card or their debit card or whatever. And now they offer Zip Pay, which is a pay in 4 program. So instead of charging you, the seller, let's just say that I'm the seller in this case, what they would then do is now they charge the buyer. So the buyer still pays the little convenience fee to do, it's like 2.9% for their debit card or credit card purchase, because that's what the bank, whoever backs their card, charges them, right? That's a normal thing in business. But now there is a fee when you buy stuff to buy it. Like, I don't pay anything to show it and sell it to you, but you have to pay. And I think it goes up to 5%, right? So now we're thinking, okay, so they're going to recover some of their fee money on the back end or on the buyer's end. It's confusing. That's all well and good. So now they have also implemented with these changes that any seller, so what happens after 3 days, the person, when they receive the item, they can rate you. And if they don't do it in 3 days, you automatically get your money. So that sits in an account for Mercari. From the moment the person charges it to the card, right? They keep it in an account. They're a big, huge bank or whatever. And then once you get rated and everything goes, you can transfer that money directly into your bank account anywhere that you want, right? But now they're charging a $2 convenience fee for you to transfer your money. So you would think, okay, well, if you're somebody who sells quite a lot, like right now, I've sold probably 10 or 12 things in the last couple weeks. So I constantly have money going in and then I'm transferring out. So they waived that little $2 fee until yesterday. And so today, of course, I got paid for something, which is great. And it's $95. So now I will get 93, they'll get 2. But wait a minute, I decided, no, wait, I have a few other items that are sitting out there waiting to be delivered and rated for. Why don't I just accumulate a few $100s and then do it? It's still only going to be $2. Well, if you think about that, that's a smart idea. But now if we all do that, wait till we get a certain amount of money built up before we transfer. I mean, I get it. That's what I'm going to do. It's probably what a lot of people are going to do. They will then earn interest. Are you guys ready for this? On your money while it sits waiting to be deposited into your account because you don't feel like paying that $2 fee on every transaction. Is it wrong, right, or indifferent? No, I don't really have any feelings on it. I'm glad that I'm making the whole part of what I'm selling for now. It means I can list things or take offers of stuff that, you know, I would normally price up a little bit in hopes that someone would buy it at that price to cover the fee. So now you don't have to do that. That's fine. You can, you know, also haggle with people. That happens quite a bit, or get lowballed. That's what happens to me, not in the good way, girl. But yes, so there you go. That is pretty much how they're doing things now. And I know some of the Mercari boards where people, you know, chat and talk about all the Mercari stuff on the Reddits and all that. They're heavily discussing like, you know, wow, they're making money off my, yes, sadly, they are going to make the interest money off of your money while it sits there. That's just business. They've waited out. I mean, there's no way in the world. A lot of people are saying, well, this is their last ditch effort to save the company because apparently it wasn't generating any money, I guess. And I don't know. I get, you can see all of that publicly. I just didn't look at their, you know, investments and whatever and whatnot and what the company is valued at and if they've lost money from this year. I'm sure they have because pretty much everybody has, selling wise. You can see it in your own sales if you are somebody who does part-time sales. Selling on a site, you can see that your own, you know, there was a few months there where I sold nothing. Still had a lot listed, still listed new things, but Nothing. Okay. There's also going to be implemented you can return anything. So before this change happened at the end of March, right? Last week, you pretty much, if you had described an item exactly the way it was, shown all the pictures, even if the bag had a rip or whatever, you disclosed that and that person knew that and you talked about it, it is disclosed and the person buys it and they get it and they say, oh, it has a rip. But you knew that because it was listed, right? So you could then try to return it to the person, but you kind of had to fight, you know, and so then third party from Mercari stepped in and said, okay, that was listed, you're taking the bag. Boom, enough said. That happened to me many times. Most of the time I won, but sometimes it was just kind of like, I don't feel like fighting, just send it back, I'll resell it to someone else. Now, here's the kicker on that. You as the seller, when you get a return, first of all, you don't have to have a reason for return anymore. If you didn't like it, you don't want it, whatever the case may be, you can then just send it back within 3 days, no questions asked. Everything is returnable now. Then once that happens, when the customer's not happy and hopefully they ship you back the item that you shipped them, that's a problem too, guys. Once you get your item back, Mercari will charge the seller then 5% for having to mess with a return from you. So there they are making, you see how they're making the 5% on the sale. If it gets returned, and I'm sure a lot of things will, then you'll, pay them another 5%. So they are still making money. It's not like we've pulled the rug out from under them and, we got you. You're not making, no, beesh. They are going to make some money. They're in it to make money. There's no way in this world they could set up a business model where they are not making money. But that is the whole process. And this also begs the question then, okay, Susie Schmo and Schmo from Michigan buys my Louis Vuitton bag, one of these Louis Vuitton bags. That's cool. It's a pretty nice item. I've asked quite a bit for it. She buys it. Everything sounds good. You disclosed everything, but remember now you don't have to. And she's got an event coming up. So she orders it in plenty of time to receive it, files a return, and then carries your bag to whatever it is. She has a date coming up or something, or a wedding, or if she can time it exactly right, because you have to have it postmarked and sent back in the mail within 3 days of you saying you have 3 days to return it. So let's say she bought it, she gets it on a Thursday, the event's on a Saturday. She's still within her 3 days, right? She can then Sunday morning say, oh, I don't like this. She's already carried it to the event. Hit return, I have to take it back. God knows what she's done to my bag, right? And then she then has 3 days from that date to get it actually in the mail and sent to you. I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to go. That's how it was on returns when you lost the battle between the buyer and the seller and me, the seller. Like, oh, I told her this. No, you didn't. Yes, you did. Okay, well, Mercari's siding with them. You're going to have to, and then once that happened. But you have 3 days. It's all about the 3 days. So it could be up to 6-7 days, depending. So that kind of does result in maybe a little bit of an issue. We don't know yet. It's still really early to find out. But yeah, that is how Mercari's new system is working. There is a flaw in it though. I found a fly in my soup. So I have sold an item, sneakers, for $240. So on the thing, when I go to my order, it says you have made $240, no fees. Cool. I did look at the other person's fees and they did get tacked with, the 5% and then also the ACH fee. That's great. And then I sold a pouch for $20. So let's do the math, guys. That's 240 plus 20, 260. Then I sold a Michael Kors bag today for $105.88. I don't know how that all happened. I must have lowered the price, and that's Mercari's, because I always go in whole numbers, but whatever. So add that to my 260. Well, 100 more is 360, 588, right? 360, 588 should be. But when I look on my app, each order says that's how much you made, right? It says I'm going to get paid $351.88. Huh? Say what now? Huh? So I don't know what trickery or whatever is involved in this. I have no idea what's going to happen, how it's going to shake out, but I'm not sure who's getting charged what. I know that the last lady had trouble. She was using Zip. So are we now going to be penalized or charged when people buying the item use the 4-way pay on Zip? I'm not really sure because I can see nowhere where it says all 3 orders say I made the exact amount of money that I sold the item for. So that should be 365.8 or 3, yes, sorry. 365.88, but yet they're showing 350. I think it's 351.88 or 350.88, something like that. So somewhere in the shuffle, $15 is going to what? Okay, so who knows? I'm sure there will be bugs and kinks to work out. I'm not really sure. I like the idea of making all the money. Like, who doesn't? Like, you don't have to pay crap. It kind of seems like it's, oh, we're all about the sellers. But in my experience on Mercari, it's kind of, if you're a seller, you kind of have to prove both the buyer and the seller's point before they will side with you. So it's really kind of always been about the buyer. Now they've flipped that, but I don't like the return policy anymore because I describe and show my items as they are every single time. You don't get any surprises, and I always put in a listing. I use my daughter's Mercari, by the way, but I always put in a listing, please ask any questions before you buy. That way there's no surprises on both our ends, right? Speaking of on our ends, girl, no, seriously, this is going to be, we're going to see how it goes. So yeah, today I did try to deposit the 95, and then I thought, well, I've got potentially 365 waiting. Well, to them 350 something. So should I hold that 95 there and wait, or every time I get, especially if it's like 20 bucks, I'm not taking it out and letting them have $2. So now they're playing with my money and earning interest on it. So that's the whole Mercari thing that we know of so far. Those are the ins and outs. What do you think? I think that they're just trying to maximize profits in any way they can. It wasn't working the old way, so I guess this is their new whatever. But yeah, that return policy, it geeks me out because I feel like people, those of us who sell clothing, shoes, bags, whatever, yeah, girl, you you can take the bag or the clothes or the shoes and wear them and then return them. And I do not love that. I mean, what if it's some Instagrammer who just wants to, like, you know, do it for the gram and pose, and TikToker who wants to just show it, like, look what I got, and then they send it back to you, like, it gets a little crazy. So yeah, we'll have to see. Thank you so much for coming by and helping us figure out the Mercari mess. I was going to call it magic, but I don't know if that's appropriate. Anyway, do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe, comment down below. What do you think about these changes? Do you sell on Mercari? Is it something that's going to affect you? Do you like it? If you buy a lot on Mercari, just know that you're going to get hit with fees now. So there we go. But you don't have to have any reason to return. Just bloop, hit the button, send it right back. This does open up a whole bunch of worry for me now. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend. I will be back here on Monday. I'm not even sure what's going to be happening, but it's going to be good. I can promise you that. And also, do me a favor, if y'all see my husband, girl, seriously, about me making a little money, don't tell him nothing. Bye. Yeah, if he knows I got money, I'll have to take us, you know, shopping and, you know, buy all the groceries with my money. No. I'm always like, what, the check? Wait, who? I'm at the door. When that check comes, I'm like, Becca, potato. All right, thank you so much. Hey, do me a favor. I'm going to put a video right here. Click this video and keep on watching. All the gold in California is in a bank in Beverly Hills in Mercari's name, biatch.